It's almost been 2 years since the release of Gravesend Season 1, and everyone's asking the same question. Not who shot Benny Zoletto, because no one's following this nonsensical story, but where the fuck is Gravesend Season 2? Season 1 definitely does not have enough content to hold us over for 2 years, as it's only 4 episodes that are not even 20 minutes each. So I thought we'd do an update video on the second season to see what info we have so far, and what images and videos we have from behind the scenes. Starting off with this article that says Gravesend native nears end of filming for Mob Drama's second season. So from the information I've gathered so far and talking to people on set, this headline's complete bullshit. They got another couple months of filming and this won't be out until November or Christmas latest. We also know from interviews and inside sources that this season's going to be much longer than the first, having about 7 episodes instead of 4. So starting from the beginning of the filming process, we know COVID hit right before Gravesend Season 2 was to be filmed, shutting down most of the filming locations within Brooklyn, forcing him to film the first half of Season 1 in Florida.
Well, we just shot a bunch of stuff in Florida. Yes, we're here shooting in Miami. The first part of Season 2 is in Florida.
This worked out for Will and the crew as they were able to go on a vacation under the guise of a business trip. We can see from behind the scene and teaser images that this first half mostly consists of these old men flopped down relaxing in the sun. The biggest news surrounding Gravesend Season 2 is the list of big actors Will is able to obtain.
More announcements of new people, but Armand Asante and William Forsythe and Vic DiBitetto and Andrew Dice Clay.
Armand Asante, Andrew Dice Clay, William Forsythe.
I have no idea how, but I gotta give props to Will Demeo as he somehow conned these people into being in his project. Some of these people are actual big actors, and I'm wondering how long they're actually in the show for. I'm guessing 1 or 2 scenes. I also think it's gonna be very interesting to see the contrast between the real actors and Will Demeo and his crew. I think these big actors are gonna be a detriment to this season because it's gonna really put on display how bad Will and his crew are. Looking at one of the newer members announced, we have Fran Dresser from The Nanny. Known for having one of the most annoying voices in television, almost as bad as Virginia.
Oh my God, Benny!
I think that, You really do talk like that. Who would make this up?
A lot of people think Will Demeo chose her just because she's a known actress, but it goes deeper than that. Fran Dresser's actually in Saturday Night Fever dancing with John Travolta, tying back to Will's sick obsessions.
Hey, what do you hear what he say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's asked upon Express. Big DiBitetto here, on the set of Gravesend.
There's also Vic DiBitetto, who's an actual funny comic, best known for making his stupid face and his ticked off Vicks. This pick makes a little more sense since he's an Italian from Gravesend and lives in the New York area, but I still don't think Vic DiBitetto should lower himself to the standards.
Now, what can I get for you?
I'll have a coffee and a banana. Why don't you show one of those bananas where the sun don't shine?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Knock him dead, buddy.
We also get Armand Asante, who was in the Good Gotti movie and Once Upon a Time in Brooklyn. Here he looks like a dying old man waiting for his final paycheck.
Do you want to play a game?
We're given a couple teaser images of him dressed in a white robe. Vic DiBitetto wasn't the only comedian. He also got Andrew Dice Clay, a legendary comic known for being controversial.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. We thought that you could hold back.
Fuck yourself, you know what?
All right.
While making raunchy jokes.
Little boy Bloom, he needed the money.
And at this point, he's starting to look like Elvis later in his career, doing the same shtick, wearing the same outfits, except for you're much older now, fatter, and have less hair. We also get the debut of Christian Demeo in this series, as we have a preview image of him busting out of the trash looking like Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, I love trash.
In almost every behind-the-scenes photo, Christian and Will are almost attached at the hip, with Christian Demeo looking like he put on a couple of pounds.
Kiss me, fat boy.
Breathtaking.
We're also given Chuck Zito, who I believe plays Virginia's dad, as we get to see multiple shots of him locked up in prison.
I went to jail for a longer time, probably longer time, for phone conversations.
You said you were a drug dealer. You never were a drug runner back in the day on your motorcycle in the gang. Is that correct? Who else would...
See that guy, tell him to say it to me.
Well,
I guarantee he spends the rest of his life in the hospital.
Will is also able to get 2 washed-up Sopranos actors.
It's all old and dried out, like that man right there.
And Chaz Palminteri.
Ain't that swell?
We know from previous films that Vincent Pastore and Tony Darrow are at a point in their life and film career that they don't give a crap about what they're doing and just sitting around for a paycheck.
You know what? We're too old for this.
You ain't kidding. My back is killing me. Let's go sit down.
Now, the biggest mystery for me was figuring out how Will Demeo got Chaz Palminteri to be in this show, and I think I may have figured it out. Most, if not all, the marketing towards Chaz Palminteri has gone towards his daughter. I'm definitely agreeing with Demeo to be in this film if he uses it as a platform to push his daughter's acting career, and Will Demeo, being the desperate chill he is, has no problem pushing this.
Don't care how I want it now.
We also get the return of Paul Borghese, Joe D'Onofrio, Louis the Beak, Big Time Tommy, Mikey the Hat, Penis Nose, with the addition of William Foreskin, Waz Stevens, John Kreese from The Karate Kid, Mikey from The Sopranos, and finally Steve Monorato. We're also given a bunch of new images of Will Demeo with a bunch of different girls on set, with half of them looking at least half his age.
These broads ain't working. How many people die with these broads? As you already know, sometimes these broads, they cause major problems. Some people, they make that pussy own them.
Because the show takes place in the 80s, the costume department attempts to mimic the outfits in that era, giving us some of the ugliest, goofiest, and nonsensical clothing, as we get pictures of Will looking like a 5th grader wearing his dad's oversized tie, along with Will posting on his story him and his character getting their nails done. I've been told this by many sources and seen firsthand in the script. This being said, Will has a bunch of people wearing Brooklyn brand clothing, shamelessly plugging it all throughout the series, making no sense for this time period. Looking at this leaked image from the set that was sent to me from someone in my comment section, Benny says to the kid, 13, what a great age. I remember when I was 13. See, you're wearing a Brooklyn brand shirt. The kid responds, yeah, all the kids have been wearing them since they came out. Benny smiles. This scene is basically a commercial for Brooklyn brand within the show, having no other purpose but to promote his stuff. Finally, I want to go over some of the comments and responses I got in my Will Demeo videos. There are people that come to this channel that are either sent by Will or attempting to kiss Will's ass that are trying to gather information on me and expose me for what I'm doing here. Just to give you an example of the type of people I'm talking about, if you look in my comment section, you might see a guy called Ozzy Santos. This is a low-level person on the set of Gravesend who's asked me multiple times my relationship with Demeo. There's also Rick Legend, best known for being a 40-year-old playing superhero dress-up on his YouTube channel. After pretending to want to make a video together and asking me multiple times for my phone number and email address, a member on the channel exposed him, showing that he commented excited to be in Gravesend Season 2 on a deleted Will Demeo video. Lastly, there was Anthony, who tried pulling the same exact shit, but was exposed for being the beer guy in Gravesend Season 1.
Okay guys, okay. I don't want no problems with you.
It's not all bad. We have some of his current co-stars and some of his old Sopranos co-stars currently commenting about how they like the videos, such as John Fury, who's Gigi from The Sopranos, Vito from The Sopranos, and another anonymous co-star. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for my part 2 of the Will Demeo movie tier list ranking, and stay tuned for my review of Gravesend.